Hello and welcome to our special edition of Groundbreakers at the 8th China International Import Expo in Shanghai. I'm your host today, Gong Tianqi. The CIIE is the first important economic event that China hosts after the first plenary session of the 20th Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. And today we're going to use the CIIE as a window and explore how China's high standard opening up is providing new opportunities for shared growth and inclusive global cooperation. And today, I'm pleased to be joined by two distinguished guests. We have Ms. Vivian Jiang. She's the chair of Deloitte China. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
We have Mr. Chiranjaya. He's the president of China-Sri Lanka Association for Trade and Economic Cooperation.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm pretty sure that from the start, a lot of our audience, their attention are really much in this area. So we see a lot of Sri Lankan goods. And Ms. Chiranjaya, I know it's your 8th year here at the Expo, and you've really made yourself an old friend of the event. What amazing products have you brought this year?
Yeah, this year also, especially Sri Lankan, are very famous for the tea. I saw in 8.1, the food exhibition center, there are so many teas from Sri Lanka. And this year, we specially introduced Sri Lankan beverage. We call that ginger beer. It's made by natural ginger. And you can see from this one, I can take it to my hand. This is what I bring from this year.
This is beer?
This is not beer.
It's called...
It's a beverage. And made with natural ginger. We call the ginger beer EGB. It's very famous in Sri Lanka. Even Sri Lanka is a famous tourism destination.
Yes.
So a lot of tourists visited there, even Chinese friends. They enjoy this beverage. So I want to introduce to Chinese market. So CIIE is the best platform. We can have it in our 8.1, the food sector.
Yes, that's great. And besides that, I know like black tea and gems are really famous here in the Chinese markets.
Yeah, of course. Even Sri Lankan sapphire is one of the best. So even the gem sector, there are so many, more than 30 exhibitors exhibiting the Sri Lankan sapphires and rubies and etc. Those gems. And especially coconut products also, Sri Lankan coconut, beautiful island. So we have king coconut water, something special. Even in China, in Hainan, we can see green coconut. But we have that orange coconut, we call that king coconut. So we have the beverage called king coconut in our pavilion. And even coconut like oil, virgin coconut oil. These are good products from Sri Lanka in this time.
Okay, I have a question that I really need to ask, and I want to share with Vivian. See, there's a product that says Chinese chili paste.
That's very interesting.
Actually, even when I'm doing live streaming and all, some Chinese the friends, they came to my live streaming and asked me to bring this chili paste. It's called Sichuan's chili paste, but it's come from Sri Lanka. So that is also one of the Sri Lanka and China friendship. They think this taste is really unique, and like some Sri Lanka is island. We have some seafood, so it has seafood taste with the Sichuan style.
So that's a mix of taste of Sri Lankan style and Sichuan style.
That's very really want to try this.
Yeah, me too.
Afterwards, definitely.
Yes.
And if it's too spicy, we'll just have a sip of the coconut water.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
And I think you mentioned in our previous interviews that you really see CIIE as a platform to get feedbacks and also to compare similar products from different countries. So how do you think that helped Sri Lankan producers, upgrade their product, maybe in packing or in taste or in presentation to Chinese consumers?
Yeah, the CIIE is one of the best pavilion, this place to display, and it's an international platform. So China is a big market, 1.4 billion people are here. So Sri Lanka is one of the country we looking our exports because we are depending on the exports. So I think as the China, the main import expo is CIIE, I think Sri Lankan, we are really looking to participate every year and introducing new products, and we can go to the globally we can get to know the standards and certifications, and we can see the packaging, how is the international, some main like trademarks, how they're doing their packaging. So according to that, we can increase our quality of our products. So that's give the CIIE. So that's why we are very interesting every year. We're keen to participate, and not only for the business, and even to people connection is also building from CIIE. That is very important.
Yes, I'm sure the Chinese consumers are also looking forward for your participation each year. Vivian, I know it's harder for you to bring, like physically bring the exhibits you guys have here to the table, but Deloitte, I mean,
yes.
it's like the big four, one of the big four. So that says it all already. So can you give us a brief overview of what great new services or innovative solutions that you guys showcasing this year?
Well, I'm sure next year I can bring our agentic AI workforce here.
Oh,
we do have agentic AI workforce that we have created using the AI platform. Yes, Deloitte is one of the largest professional services firm. This is our 8th year at the CIIE, as you are. We've been here every year with no exception. This year, our theme is Together Makes Progress, which is very much same as what you talk about. The theme of the CIIE is about shared growth. And we brought in 3 important modules. One is the AI-fueled digital transformation platform. Deloitte has been embarking on the AI strategy really 3 years ago. Our underlying scoring theme is about all in AI and AI in all, meaning that we want to empower all our professionals, which is in China we have 25,000 of them. Globally we have over 460,000 professionals. We want every professional to be equipped with AI applications so that we can be the leading knowledge providers and strategic partners with our clients. So we have this program, and everybody has to pass all the AI fluency tests. And externally, we also have embedding our AI methodologies and platform into what our clients doing, really from R&Ds to manufacturers to procurements to supply chain. Today, in the CIIE booths, we brought in one of our enterprise-level generative AI platform, which is called Delphi AI.
You guys generated yours?
Yeah, we introduced, and developed ourselves. Completely open source, obviously, and being used internally for our organization, also externally to our clients. So that's the first module. The second one is really around sustainability, and we brought in this topic to the CIIE for really 5 years now. And based upon our recent survey with the global CXOs, sustainability and climate change and its impact to businesses and to the world continue to be the top agenda items, strategic items for many of the top-level management for all large companies. And also, this is one of continue to be a challenging area. So we have a slew of suite of solutions that we brought in. The third topic I think is very important, also important about what you talk about, is how do we actually have foreign companies to better do business here, and also for supporting Chinese companies go abroad. So we have been supporting Chinese companies go abroad for the last 15 years or so, using our international network. Go global with Deloitte. 要出海找德勤 actually is a very popular slogan. And last year alone, we have serviced over about 2,000 Chinese companies going abroad. So we have brought in those new things and also our methodologies to work with many of our clients and partners who are actually also at the CIIE. So it has a very sweet spot, I think, in our strategy to participate in the CIIE.
Yes, like you mentioned, AI, sustainability, and the last I will call maybe like global.
Yeah, globalization.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this also really aligns with China's plans for future development.
That's right.
And like you mentioned, it's also your 8th year here.
Yeah.
So I really want to ask, over these eight years, in your observation, how do you think this event has evolved, and how would you describe the significance of the CIIE in the current global economic environment?
Yeah, it's such a great question. CIIE, to me personally, has a sweet spot also for our organization. Because first of all, I'm Shanghainese, so this platform is in Shanghai, really at our doorstep. And also, I think before this session, we were talking about CIIE probably is the first international expo that actually includes service sector in it, right? As you said, it's very difficult to illustrate and demonstrate what we do in a expo like that. Yeah. But CIIE really creates that platform for us to think about how we can bring in more case studies and demos actually to a wider audience. So this is the first time actually include us in there. So we are at the 7.2 service sector booth, so please come and take a look. The second thing I think is it's not just for goods and services, it's also bringing a lot of thoughts for forums. And then gradually investment summit type, right? People looking at business environment opportunities, and also as you were sharing, we also have a lot of partners that's also in here. So we get to work with them a lot using this platform. And also I think the 365 days of CIIE is an important online platform. So there's a lot of significance to it. I would describe the CIIE is really a charging station, 加油站, and also a confidence builder, 加信心. And the last one I think is accelerator, 加速器, for opportunities. So it is really a place where we see so much potential opportunities, and it creates that hope and confidence for us to the future.
That's great. I mean, well, I really want to echo on that because, to be honest, it's my first year here. So I'm new. You guys are here for 8 years.
We're veterans.
That's my first year. But I really feel like it's much more than just a trade fair. Like before I came here, I felt maybe it's more like, business, like companies are here to show their products and just sell it to the Chinese consumers. But after I actually came here, I feel like it's much more than that. It's also like a platform for companies to collaborate, to have conversations, and also for companies like to collaborate with local resources. Because I learned that a lot of companies are collaborating with like local universities and like research institutes. And I'm sure you guys had a very busy week as well, but hopefully busy but fruitful.
Yes.
And I would like if you guys can describe one moment or one product or one specific conversation that you guys had at this year's CIIE that left the deepest impression on you.
Yeah, for me, it's like I saw in my like in 8.1 there's a Sri Lankan food pavilion. I saw that so many Chinese people lined up for taste the Sri Lankan tea, not because of the tasty or something, just to experience the tea. And behind the tea, there's so many stories. They visit Sri Lanka, they have their memories, and always I saw some of my colleagues, they offering the tea, and there are some small conversations. There are line up so many people, but they have one thing said, like the experience maybe, I've been there, I have this experience, that experience. So the refreshing their experience, their memories, that helps CIIE. This is, now not only the technology development is coming to the world, now people are more sensitive with the connectivity, people to be the connectivity. So we are touching, we are always seeing the people from the screens now. But if you have a chance to meet the people, meet a foreigner, some special guest, that is like people have new experience. So the CIIE gives that chance. So I still remember the smile they have and how my colleagues, they speak good Chinese. So they they're not even the good Chinese speaking foreigner. So it's like, wow, you speak good Chinese, your 中文很好. It's like, even maybe that foreigner just speak 你好, there's like hello, but it's still, wow, your Chinese is good. So that kind of conversation feel me very special, and the friendly environment in China, inside the CIIE, make me feel much freshness there.
Yeah, I think like right now, like emotional consumption is also like a trend. A lot of people, they pay not just to buy the product, but like for the experience. Like you said, maybe the sip of the Sri Lanka black tea really brings back memories of like a lot of stories that maybe they had at Sri Lanka traveling. That's great. What about you, Vivian?
Yeah, and also I love those pins. Those beautiful pins. So that's also a good memorabilia as well.
Yeah, even I saw a lot of queues in the CIIE to collect those badges.
Yes, yes.
So sometimes it's not a valuable thing. It's just a metal, but they give the value of their thoughts and
and memories and connections. I think that's very important.
There are long queues. I can't even imagine. So I also wear some gadgets to experience those emotions.
Yeah, I'm also collecting those. Really, if you ask me that moment, I think a lot of moments, but one of which is I gone through actually the country pavilion. Yesterday I spent some time over there. This year, I think there's over 67 countries and international organizations actually set up their booths there. And not just about what the country is about. Really also they bring a lot of cultural experiences, what's unique about those countries, and what is the recent development. I think I use a Chinese term, 足不出草可以环游世界, right? I can really tour the world without going out of the CIIE, the venue itself. But China Pavilion always give me the strongest impression. A lot of high-tech stuff that we showcase here, including the CR450, which is the fastest high-speed train, which I'm very looking forward to ride on it when it's in operation. And also, I think the lunar soil sample that's being displayed here from the Chang'e 5 and Chang'e 6, I was told that's the first time that's being displayed in the CIIE. And those really give you that goosebump feeling that, have a touch of really a lot of the scientific experiment that China has been demonstrating, and also some of the brain computers. And this year I've been into the auto pavilion, which is very impressive. A lot of the vertical takeoff and landing aircraft make we feel that we may just one time take a aircraft taxi to work. It's not very far, maybe at an early stage. Yeah.
I just want to interrupt a little bit, and you continue. I interviewed one of the vertical taking off and landing aircraft companies, and they told me in just about like 5 years, it could be possible for us.
Great.
Like you
so
mentioned,
it's very
to take a taxi,
take a taxi
for
there.
City and
looking forward to it.
Transportation.
Yes, a lot of stuff, and I would definitely go to your booth because I really want the coconut oil.
That is very famous in the world.
Yes.
For cooking?
Yeah, it's not only for the cooking. It's famous for the cooking. And also you can scrub in the skin, and for the
hair scrub, everything.
Scrub.
From top to bottom, actually, you can use it.
So it's edible, but also it's
usable,
usable,
for hair and for skin. I use it for massage.
Yes.
Massage oil.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's one of the most healthy oil in the world.
Right,
for the people can try. Now the global coconut price is also going high. I think just because of the people know the value of these products.
You need to buy soon.
That's right.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Now let's go a little bit deeper, like through this CIIE and take a look at the bigger picture. Well, the fourth plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee highlighted the enduring advantage of China's enormous market. And also during the opening ceremony of Premier Li Qiao, he reiterated the certainty of China's economy. And so from your experience selling Sri Lanka products here, could you give us some examples on how you think like the market scale and certainty can help a product gain its visibility or increase its orders?
Yeah, China actually creating the opportunity to the globalization and the creating the foreigners, the opening the market in China. So CIIE is one of the best example. So in Sri Lanka, we have the main product is tea. Actually in China, also one of the main supplier, tea supplier for the world. And even I'm also every live streaming, I was thank you to China to finding this tea bush 5,000 years before. We just have 100 years tea history, but China have more than 5,000 years tea history. So, but what we're doing is like, we are not going to compete with the China tea, because always asking some people, how you doing tea selling in China? So what are we doing is we create our own culture and we have our country, the map. We have the advantage of some environment friendly, and it's good for the tea. So every conversation, we are going to promote the Sri Lankan tea, how value it is, and how tasty it is, how unique is it, and how is the aroma and the taste. So that's how we promote it. And China always welcome this kind of friendly, like demonstrating our products. And I have to thank all the platforms what we create, CIIE, and we have the Belt and Road Initiative also creating a lot of opportunities for the investments come to China. And we have all those insurance and the cargo friendly, and even the custom declaration is very easy now, easy access. So these all are helping us to bring tea and promoting in China. And even now our cargo is taking to hand very quickly. Before it's come to port, we know the duration and the taxes, how we have to pay. So we have very easy access. So it's helping to us to stay here and promote in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, like you said, China has a very long history of drinking tea. But like you said, it's not like contradictory. Chinese tea and Sri Lankan tea. And I think that's because China has a mass market, high demand. And so anything that has a selling point can find the market here.
And one thing, what I'm thinking is it's easy to promote tea in China because people know about tea. They know what is good and what is bad. Because from morning to evening, Chinese people are having tea, you know. They have that hot water bottle and they're tasting tea. So easy, if you bring good tea, they will buy.
Do you enjoy?
Yes, a lot. Yeah. Tea and coffee,
Black tea,
I love.
maybe?
Black tea, yes, definitely.
Yeah. So and also so we mentioned about the market and demand, and in the recommendations for formulating the 15th five-year plan adopted at the fourth plenary session, it called for raising consumption share of GDP and making domestic demand a stronger driver for growth. And I really want to ask, because I know you interact a lot with Chinese consumers through live streaming. And here's a little background information. Mr. Chiranjaya is actually an influencer on the internet.
Great.
Yeah, I think he has over 800,000, is that correct? 800,000 followers.
Wow.
Yeah, he does live streams. So I think I want to ask, during those live streams, have you noticed any notable shift in Chinese consumers, like what they ask, what they talk about, what they care about, any shift in consuming habits?
Yeah, actually, when they start in like 5-6 years before, they actually asking they're keen on the price and some good products for they can buy. But now the situation is different. Now the Chinese consumer, they are not only focusing on the price. They want to go to deeper. They want to see how the production is going, how in Sri Lanka, what behind the factory, behind the story, the factory. They want to feel it, and of course the product is going the green channel, the organic, these kind of things. The consumer can pay extra money and they can purchase. So these are the new question they're asking. And even always people want to know about the story behind the products, not just products and they buy. So even for example, for this Chinese chili paste, why it's here? Because of the story behind this chili paste. Actually the Chinese, my followers, they are the one who asked me to bring this to China. Even I don't know, I even didn't notice it is in my supermarkets. Because one in Australia, one roommate, he broken his roommate's this chili paste bottle. Then she find this is from Sri Lanka, and there's a video viral in all the social media. So that's how it's come to China. So that's why they want some story. And even there's one boy in Sri Lanka, he's selling flowers. So all the followers, they asked me to bring this boy to the live streaming. So even he cannot speak any Chinese or anything English. So, but then I connect him live during my live streaming. So the people, like millions of people come in on that day. Even they purchases my products because I want to help to this boy. Even they don't know what kind of product I'm selling. Just because of they want to help to this boy, they buy my products. So this kind of like emotional things happening in in Chinese market. So we have to take care of those, and we have to care about those, and that's how we can do the live streaming. And if you win this customer's mindset, we're going to be popular in China. That's how I get the 800,000 followers, and they love to me. They know how I'm treating to them. That's very important.
Yes, well, I think the internet is really reshaping consumption patterns these days.
That's right.
What about you, Vivian? In your observation, which sector? I'm sure you're a professional in this for this question. So, which sector or consumption scenario are you seeing is involving the fastest here in China right now? Maybe like a silver economy or low attitude economy, and which sector do you think it's involving?
Yeah, all those that you mentioned, because our services is to companies, so we get to see all the industries and how they are developing. And maybe take the example that you cited. I can maybe say two examples. One is the silver economy. Right, right now, from data perspective, about 6% of the GDP right now in China is from this sector, which is around 8 trillion RMB. And based upon our estimation, by the time of 2035, which will be 10 years later, it will be around 10% of GDP, the amount will be going up to $30 trillion. So this is really three folds of growth. And it's not, when we talk about silver economy, it's not like in the old concept, it's for elder people. It's really for active adults. In our population, there's around 22% of population is over 60 in age and older. And these people are still very active. So a lot of things around how do you actively living, actively learning, actively participating in all activities like leisure, like well-being, like there are a lot of experimental tourism, for example, like the health retreats, rehabilitation sort of tourism. And one example was one day, because I went to work pretty early in the morning and I do a lot of traveling. So I actually one time left my home around 6:30, early in the morning. My neighbor came out. I was like, why you get up so early? Because I know they both retired. And she was saying, I had to go to the adult learning facility to get into queue. I said, why? She said, there's this one popular class about drawing from a famous painter that will be here. And they couldn't get seats online. So she said, I had to get in queue to get into school. So I was like, wow, really? So it's extremely active. And also, if you look at the train travel, meaning travel through train, tourism on train, because there are a lot of high-speed railways or train that will take you to different places where you actually spend a lot of time on the train. 80% of the tourists actually is from the age of 60 and above. So there's a lot of new areas that's being developed. The other area I want to say is really due to a very good policy of China for free visas for foreigners. Now people can come in with no visa for a period of time, right? So from statistics, by the time of the end of October, just in Pudong Airport alone, I think it took over around 30 million people. So this type of tourism really attracts so much people, really boosts economies, right? People spend money, spend effort here. So I think there's so many opportunities that exist in the domestic market. And also obviously creates opportunities for the suppliers, for the companies, but also really asks the suppliers and companies to upgrade their services and products in order to continue to attract those really tourism, not through the product alone, as you were saying, also through the emotional connection, the story behind it, and the organic green lifestyle that's being sort of implemented, also integrated into here.
Can you, like you mentioned, it's providing new opportunities. Can you go deeper into like how do you think companies should adjust their strategies maybe?
Oh, a lot. Maybe some examples. Some famous name like Hilton. Hilton now have a program specifically for age 65 and older, above, for them to actually have a different package for these people so that they can use their facility more. Because Hilton may be viewed as a 5-star. People may think it's more expensive.
Yeah.
But for the active adults, I think they have been going through China's maybe the fastest economic development period, and it's accumulated a lot of family wealth, right? They also want to participate into, and they have time and money now on their hands. So the other thing is, like for example, Albi and Nestle, they have a specific nutrition programs for active adults. Apple have, health tracking devices. And Omron has, digital monitoring really to monitor the active activities of adults. So there are many companies that have designed or redesigned their products specifically tailored for this market. And as a professional services, what we do is we help them to validate the market demand, the addressable size of the market, help them to enhance their R&D, help them to upgrade their client experiences, and how do they create much more digital applications for them to attract more consumers and things like that. So we are acting a lot of the bridges and sort of connectors and value creators in between.
I really like the expression active adults. I'm going to use that from now on. Instead of,
active adults, yes.
Yeah, active adults. So the recommendations for the 15th five-year plan also reaffirmed China's commitment to expanding opening up at the institutional level, safeguarding the multilateral trading system, and promoting broader international economic flows. It also emphasized building a first-class business environment.
Yeah.
So I want to start off with China and Sri Lanka, because these two countries have long-standard trade ties. Yeah. And how do you view China's high standard opening up in helping global South countries, like including Sri Lanka, grow exports and build stronger supply chains?
Yeah, China, this high standard exposed to the world is very important, because even not only for the Sri Lanka and even for the all South Asian global countries to enter to the Chinese to the market. Even like CIIE, they open the windows to come and see the Chinese market and go to the world. Actually, before there's a Chinese rhyme, the Chinese have to go to world and see the world. But the people now can come to China to see the world. So CIIE is one of the best place. The China is open to the globally, can see the these high good products, and we can enter the entire Chinese market and even go to the global. So Sri Lanka, we have a good relationship with China, even 1,000 years before. So what we are doing now, we're gonna have a trade ties with China. We have good relationship, and we have good. China is always helping us to promote our Sri Lankan products. We have tea, we have coconut products, and even we have a lot of products we can promote in China. So globally, now China already have this good time. They are helping to the global to come to China and promote their products in Chinese market. So that's a good example to everyone, because China is not only thinking to develop themselves. This is why they open this kind of big export only for the imports, especially for the imports. So we will take this opportunity, and this China-Sri Lanka, the relationship we can build through this economically, and the relationship we can build. So that's helping the CIIE.
Yeah, like you mentioned, also Chinese Premier Li Qiang, he reiterated that during the opening ceremony, like right now all the countries are so closely connected. No one can achieve stable growth on their own. So I think at the end of the day, it's all about like win-win cooperation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the business environment, first-class business environment part, I want to go to Vivian again because you're an expert here. Deloitte works with many companies, both global and like domestic companies.
Yeah.
So from your experience, what does companies value most when it comes to evaluating, say, whether a business environment is first class?
Yeah, this is such a great question. I think there are a lot of factors, but if you ask me for one, I think it's certainty. It's certainty. It's really consistency and predictability. It goes back to certainty. I think that's what Premier Li actually talked about, right? What China market offer is the certainty for development, certainty for opening up. It is for business, because every business, when they start to think about which product to launch, which countries to work with, and which partner to work with, it is relatively long-term investment plan. Right, so they want to make sure they go to a place where the rules are clear, whether the market is having a very strong growth momentum. And so what we are offering, I think, in China, we want to continue to build this market-driven, rule-based and international business environment, which is such a perfect way to illustrate the soft competitiveness of China. To me, that's the soft competitiveness of China. And if you look at some of the specific areas, I would just give 3 examples. One is really the continue to lower the entry barrier, right, to what we call the shortening the negative list. So really allow companies to come in, right, particularly maybe around manufacturers. Right? Everybody can come into any subsectors of manufacturing to participate in this market. The second one, I think, is continue to enhance the IP protections. This is what company will value a lot because they spend so much time R&Ding of whether it's brand, whether product, whether it's a technology element into their products. So how to continue to support and protect those IPs is very important. The third one, I think, is such powerful digital and data infrastructure China actually has built for the last 10 years. And it allows for digital transformation, AI, to happen, whether it's in the energy and resource sectors or whether it's in the manufacturing sector. It really creates such great infrastructure for any companies to add on their product and to develop in this front. So I think this creates a very strong narrative and soft competitiveness for everybody to actually be in here. And also using Premier Li's word is 与世界同力, right, to share that market, to share the advantage of this market to everybody.
Well, yeah, like you mentioned soft power. That I think that also adds up to the certainty factor.
That's right.
I think the logic is kind of like investment comes after, I think, confidence in the market, and confidence comes after certainty. Like you need to have certainty for people to have confidence and for people to invest.
That's right.
And before we move on to our last question, there's this thing that just popped in my head. I really want to ask Vivian. So like I said, during the past few days, I had the opportunity to talk to many business representatives, and they're saying they're having cooperation with Chinese institutes and also universities, research institutes. And so a lot of them are saying that now they're adjusting their strategy from just exporting to China to innovating from China.
Yes.
Are you seeing this trend also among your clients?
Definitely. I think the trend is very obvious. I think the foreign company used to view China either as a market to import or as maybe a manufacturing base. And now we see, I will call it much in-depth synergy that we are seeing that's being created. One example is I recently working on a project. It is one of the top mining companies in the world based in South America. They have a lot of cutting-edge metallurgy methodology for smelting reductions and to cold briquetting. This is very to produce low carbon iron and steel products. So it's a very specific area. They've been looking for try to expand their business outside of South America, and they did a very quick search and they zoning into China. So quickly in Shanghai and Beijing, they've been partnering with leading iron and steel companies to set up R&D centers to bring those technology in China to further develop into it being to produce really the those EU environmental standard, low carbon and high standard oil and steel products. And then they're forming a JV again in China to export those products outside of China. So it's in and out. And to places where Chinese companies already have a lot of manufacturing sites because they produce iron and steel products, to Middle East, to SEA. So it is, to me, not just a one-way street. It's such an in-depth synergy that's being created. And as a service company like us, we're helping them to do site selections, to help them to do valuations, to find JV partners, and to help them to set up structures where they go out. So we also have found a lot of opportunities. So I think every industry, every company, when they're in China, is using China not as any single function. It's a very comprehensive function, whether it's R&D, whether it's marketing, whether it's finding JV partners, brandings, to create much more product, services, advantages for them to compete in the global stage.
Yeah, so right now China is more like a hub, like an innovation hub,
Yes.
rather than just like a country to export.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
And so last question, I want to focus on the concept of inclusive economic globalization, which is also highlighted in the recommendations for China's 15th five-year plan. So in your view, and that's for both of you, what role can China play in shaping a more balanced and inclusive global trade system?
Yeah, I think China is not only opening our Chinese market to the global, and they already inviting to the people to come to China and open the Chinese market. That will help the big advantage to make the global the balance, the trade balance, and even China is a 1.4 billion population. So so it's a big market. So people are inviting to come to here and open their business, and even globally the trades now I think is depend on what are the technology infrastructure development is come to China, and that slowly goes to the global. So people will first come to China and they can experience all the technology development. So China is playing a very crucial role to make the trade balance, and it will help to a country like us, like developing country, to stay the balancing economic, and China will always take the leadership to make this globally, to make the trade balance, doing the balance trade. So CIIE also play such a big role to investments come to China, services come to China, and not only, it slowly goes to the world, and China always inviting to the people like us to bring our products to make the stands and to face the globally, and we will very love to always go with China.
Yeah, always welcome. What about you, Vivian?
Yeah, I think I would maybe say two things. One is China has been providing a lot of China solutions and China thinking and China strategy, particularly in the areas of sustainability and green revolution, green transformation. I think this is our worth. Everybody needs to contribute, and China has been the leader in that. To me, that's a leadership position extremely critically important for everybody in the world. The second point is I would just use the slogan we use for our AI strategy. I think it's all in China and China for all. China is for everybody. Yes. And also the world is for everybody. I think we all need to participate. It's not about defeating whom, it's about how to make this market better for everybody. The better world, the better life. Yes. So that's where I will end up saying this is a fantastic way to build this collective, shared future for everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your thoughts. I think that's a great place for us to end on that note. Thank you again for sharing. I personally learned a lot from this conversation,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure our audience has as well. So this will be all of this special edition of Groundbreakers at the CIIE, and the event will conclude today. But China's commitment and determination to further promote its high standard opening up and shared development with the rest of the world will proceed. I'm Go Tianqi in Shanghai, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.